There we go. Let's see. I believe I have everyone in. Recording is in process. So welcome again to this session. This is something that I've been working on. I've had a few conversations before the holidays with many of you, and I got this sense that we had a really good year. There was a lot of beautiful things that happened, but we got a little bit overwhelmed. I was like, oh, what is all this new things? And we needed time for a little bit of soul reflection. And I spent the holidays taking a good break and thinking a lot and contemplating and journaling, and it was very, very helpful. So I hope you had some time to do the same. And I would like to pull those reflections into the new year with this exercise where we can really reconnect, first of all, with ourselves and with our business, and then as a team, how we can collaborate together to bring more success, more fluidity, and less, that things flow more easily. So if everyone can grab a piece of paper, and there were a couple of oils that I asked if you could bring as well. Change screen, I can. There we go. So yeah, helichrysum. So if you don't have helichrysum, you can take any kind of resin. So that will be for trying to reconnect with our soul. And then vetiver or lavender, or anything that gives you, when you smell it, gives you this grounded, like you're bringing things down, bringing things to the earth. And then like black spruce, cypress, any leafy, that enlightens you and gives you this energy and inspiration, creativity. So these are the three oils. If you can bring your oils with you. Just we're gonna use them to help us to get to where we're going. So if you can grab those, then we're gonna start by a little meditation just to connect this team and create the space. So just imagine for a moment, if you're sitting comfortably.
Niora.
Yes.
Regarding the oils, I don't have what you're suggesting.
Yes.
Not all of them. So, like, I don't have helichrysum, but I do have frankincense.
Yes, that's why it's or. It's written or.
Yes. I have lavender, of course, but I don't have black spruce or balance.
Do you have something like cypress? Or something leafy, maybe even air. And air. You can also
air I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, air I definitely have.
So there's something that's kind of uplifting and giving energy, even peppermint. Just
right. Okay.
Like
I have. Yes.
All right. Okay, perfect. So if everyone has an oil and is sitting comfortably, we're going to go into a small meditation. Let's put some music to go with it. And we can just imagine that we're going on this incentive trip. So the incentive trip is a trip organized by doTERRA for people who've reached certain ranks, who are team leaders, and they get to go on a harvesting trip where you can go and collect the plants and you can see how they're processed into essential oils. It's something obviously very special. And I would like us to imagine that we have, as a team, all been selected to go on this trip together. So just imagine that we have, the excitement as we meet at the airport to take the flight, and we fly over, let's say, to Bulgaria, and we come over, on the flight, and you can see all these fields, and you can see the hills and all these plantations, and you feel the excitement building up in your heart, thinking like, oh, I'm going to finally get to really see how everything is going, and all these questions you've had about, is it really true? You get to see it finally. So just imagine we're all going there, and we get these really authentic rooms in these beautiful apartments, and we get to spend time together and laugh and joke and get to know each other and explore this system, this beautiful company from which we're part of. And it's very busy. You can see there's a lot of people, and it's quite hectic and exciting. At some point, all of us on this call, we decide to go off somewhere, and we find a quiet place where we just sit in a circle, we take a breath, and we feel this gratitude that we're able to be here together. We feel gratitude for all the things we've put in place during this year that enabled us to go on this trip together. Just imagine these people that we see on the screen now, that we're sitting with them somewhere. Imagine yourself sitting on the ground, feeling the sun coming through the leaves of the trees, feeling the breeze, the smell of the aroma of all these plants around you. And just feeling that bliss fill your heart. So now that we've tuned in a little bit with the people around us, and imagine that we're going to be doing this, perhaps at the end of this year or the next, let's try to connect and go to see what the steps are to get to this, to where we will become, what will be. So this, like I said in the initial, that I've noticed that we've all had a little bit of overwhelm towards the end of the year, and that sometimes we feel overworked and we don't know how to organize our time. It's all very exciting. We love working with doTERRA, we love the oils, but how do we organize our time, and how can, we want to see a little bit more success and results in our business. So we're gonna go through a few steps. And first of all is to, instead of feeling this, oh, there's so many things to do, I'm completely overwhelmed, I don't know where to begin, to kind of come to this place where we feel like, okay, everything's flowing naturally. Our business has its own energy. Things are happening as I sleep, which is what a passive business does. This is what we're creating with doTERRA, right? This is what we promised ourselves. Okay, we're going to do this business. That the Lakshmi is going to flow on its own. We're not going to have to work so hard. So, but it doesn't feel that way perhaps sometimes. So now we're going to try and set some things up together as a team so that we can feel that way more, and we can be more serene, and we can organize our time better. So we're going to use meditations to reconnect. We're going to reflect a little bit, do some journaling, and then I really like to share, and we can see what we can build together as a unique team. And like I said, in the end, it would be really nice if we can create a mission statement where we express our unique strengths and how we can combine them together so that things can become more easy for us. So for the first little exercise, I would like if we can just very quickly just draw a little circle on your page and divide it in 4, like you can see, like this, and then divide it again in 4 so that you have 8 sections. And once you have that, we can we're just gonna do a little scoring to say where you feel at in your life right now. So the first one is health. You can say from 0 to 10, how healthy do you feel? 3, 4, 10, how good is your health? And it's fine. I did it yesterday and already the numbers are changing. So don't get too fixed or like, it's okay. Just in this moment right now, how does that feel? Then the next one to the right, the blue one, is family. How happy are you with the time you spend with your family? So just quickly jot down a number. And then in this next quadrant is finances. How satisfied are you with your financials at the moment? And then the fourth one is friends. Okay, after the holidays, you got a lot of time to spend time with friends. Then spirituality. How do you feel? How is your connection with the divine, with Krishna? Sometimes a number may surprise you when you write it down. Then your relationship. So the heart is relationships. How is your partner, your relationship with your partner, or with yourself? Just what's the love you feel in your life? Next one is ideas. So like learning, education. How do you feel stimulated intellectually? Yes, and then the final one is your vocation and your mission or your work, what you're accomplishing. Do you feel that there's growth happening there as you would like to see it? Okay. So I'm not going to ask you to share all of these numbers, but because some of them are more personal. But I would like to see if anyone can. Maybe you can even type in the chat, or if someone wants to express themselves, you can type, how is your business size? We can hold it to doTERRA, so that because I know all of you have separate business as well. How do you feel? How satisfied are you with your doTERRA? the advancement of your doTERRA business. I'm it's quite low for me at the moment, but everything else is quite high. So this is my lowest number out of my pie chart. If anyone wants to share in the chat or say it out loud. I have quite a very clear vision of where I want it to be. I'm not there yet. Okay. So I'm going to keep going because I have a lot of things that I want to share with you. And this,
I am.
yes, sorry. Sean? You were saying something?
Sorry, I couldn't find my chat on my.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Oh.
Okay. So I made this bingo, but I can tell you already. So these are the challenges that we can sometimes come across in doTERRA. And I can tell you I will have most of them. I think most of all of them I have, which is the reason I wanted to make this bingo is to kind of see where you feel your struggles are at, and so that we can plan out some calls later on that we can approach. But to be honest, when I could basically check all of them, it kind of bummed me out. So I'm don't want to bum you guys out. And there's a lot of things I would like to do. But if you can just look across it, maybe you can just look at like which one do you feel, which category is your biggest struggle? Like, would it be sales? Do you find that you have a hard time finding new people? Do you find it's the team building, like the people you do have? Do you have a hard time explaining things to them and encouraging them? Maybe you can put numbers on that. You can just say like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one do you have the hardest time with? Just to give me an indication that where we can support each other and where we need more. Okay. So maybe we can put in the chat. Which one do I find more difficult? I think it's number 5.
Aniola,
Yes.
I don't really understand, because now we have to go through all of this and then
Just go through the first row under B, because it's a
okay.
lot of different things. So just they're all in one section. So the whole top row is all about sales and finding new customers. The second row is if you find it hard to support the team that you have. The most difficult, time management. If you feel that it takes doTERRA takes all of your time and you don't know how to, then that's number 3. If you feel that personal growth, that you feel personally you don't have enough self-confidence, and that, then it's number 4. And if you feel that you're not visible enough, then it's 5. So for me, I feel like
we
it's
give
5.
a general number for what, so we don't go in the
Yeah. We don't have to go into the details. Then we can just see which category, so that I can. This is for me, trying to pull a little bit to see where I can help people with a little bit, and where you're at in your business. And so you can put it in the chat for yourselves. You can also jot it down. So you're like, okay, this is the area where I feel the most blockage. Then I can try and. Yeah, I know that if you're on your phone, it's hard to do the chat sometimes. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next slide. Sales, yeah. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? You can also just say it out where you find. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So now that we've a little bit seen where our struggles are, I would like us to switch over to how would we like it to look like? How would we like our business to look like? So how would you like to spend your time? So I've been doing this for years, trying to structure my time. I'm a very spontaneous person, so it's a big struggle for me to be structured. But I truly believe, based on Ayurveda, based on so many teachings, that when you create space for creativity, you create a time space for the things you find most important, then that's when you can get success. So I asked AI to give me a little pie chart with the things that the basic chart. So say we sleep 8 hours, maybe perhaps less. Then you would have say you would have about an hour in the morning for self-care. You have 2 hours or average in the day for meal prep and cooking and eating. And that's little, like, and the rest is like relaxing time after the meal. And let's say 6 hours work. I know some people have more 8 hours of work, but let's say ideally it would be 6 hours of work. And then you still have time for family or friends or hobbies or things like that. So does this seem like you could just like give a thumbs up or like this on the screen to make it easier? If you feel that is this something that you would feel like a balance with, if your time would look about like this, would that feel wholesome to you? And I'm writing work here, but this is working on your purpose. This can be any, your, how do you say it in French, is gagne-pain, but your livelihood, but it also can be like your work, that's what you're bringing to the world. Yeah, so this seems quite doable. It's not ridiculous amounts, right? It's not 2 hours of self-care, say morning time, shower, evening time, these are, and the relaxing time is perhaps reading or other things. So this is something that we're going to try and strive to. This is, and do you feel now that you're doing this already, or how does it feel? If you're not like this, then we can just give a thumbs down. But it should be doable, right? It's not very unrealistic, I feel. So this is what we're going to strive to. Okay, we're going to go for the next meditation now, where I want you, so now that you can look again at your little pie chart that you made and look at those numbers, and just, I hope they're making you feel good. But if they're not, just sit with it. See all these different parts of your life, your family, your friends. Just imagine them kind of around you, or perhaps in this case, in this instance, even just so close to you. You're in the middle of this circle and there's all around, and it might feel a lot of pressure and things that you need to do. So now what I would like you to imagine is that there's that they are like bubbles. They come out of you. So you can see your family, your children, your parents, they come in their own separate bubble and they come out of this space, a little bit like in the illustration you see in front of you. Imagine your business is outside of you, your partner is in his own bubble outside of you. Even your spiritual practice, everything, and what is left is you're there in the middle. You can imagine yourself in this, like 2 pyramids on top of each other, this kind of, I don't know the name for the geometric shape, but so like 2 pyramids, so like this Sims geometric shape. 2 points above and under you, 4 points around you, 1 in front, 1 behind, 1 on either side. And just feel your uniqueness in this shape and your separateness. You're surrounded by all these things that are important to you, but you are yourself with your own needs, your own desires. And now you can grab your resin, so either frankincense, I'm using In Tune. You can breathe it in. You can place a drop on your third eye. And as you breathe it in, feel your body relaxing, your mind melting. Imagine yourself in a comfortable place, somewhere you've been perhaps on holiday where you felt like there was nothing for you to do, just be. And then imagine yourself dropping into your heart, where your soul is situated. And from there, feel this this line, this cable going up through your head all the way up to the sky to connect with Source, the divine, Krishna. Getting connected and held by this string. It's loose, it's not tight, but it holds you from falling. You feel that sway as you're feeling comfortable with that connection. And imagine these drops of nectar dripping down into your heart. Feeling your heartbeat expanding, allowing your soul to take its place without all the distractions. Just hold on to that feeling, and every time you smell this oil that you've chosen, try and bring that sensation back. So how are you feeling now in your space, in your body? You can just give a thumbs up if you're feeling good, or just sideways if it's like, still need some work. Beautiful, thank you. Okay, guys, so we're going to reconnect. So we've done that. So that now we're going to going forward in this year, it'd be really nice that we are making sure we're following our, so before we find our business's soul, let's find our own soul, because that's where it originates from. So I'd like you to grab your pen, and we're going to journal a little bit. And if you can just write down how, so I believe everyone here has the same belief that we're incarnated in this body, our soul has come into this body. And just how, imagine, out of all of these lives we've had, how do you feel in this, how successful, how good do you feel in this incarnation? You're thinking, wow, how perhaps, you found Krishna, perhaps you found certain things, you think, wow, this was pretty successful incarnation. Just think a little bit, and you can, for yourself, say how let's say from 1 to 5, how happy you are with it. And you can maybe write a few things down. You can journal a little bit. I'll give you, let's see, 2 minutes, and then we'll do the next one. If you don't have a straight answer, just start to write and allow it to come out. And at some point, you'll maybe see a sentence, and you can circle that, and that will be your answer. And maybe even write if there is something that you feel you want to change for this incarnation, like, oh, there's still things I feel that I need to achieve. You can add those to it as well. Okay, I'm checking. Everyone feels like they moved on. You can, if you need more time, then you can spend time later to really journal it out. It was made such a difference for me when I did this journaling exercise that I really wanted to share it. So next you can think about the things that you manifested. So just the first one is really about being, like the things that you have encountered in your life, and now things that you have created. So the things you've manifested. So from 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with the things you've created in the world? For example, I see that I've received my family and I've met my family, at the same time also created a family that I'm quite happy with. So that's also something you created. or a home or a community. And so if you're not as satisfied as you wish, you can imagine what you would like to add to that. What would you still like to manifest? I have a few more questions, so I'm going to. How does it feel for you asking these questions? Maybe I'll ask you after the next one. So the next batch is now just trying to imagine why, because I firmly believe that we're sent into these bodies at a certain time for a certain purpose. So just imagine, why do you think you incarnated in this time, in this place? Why not somewhere else? Why did your soul choose this body, this family? And perhaps maybe what's happening in the world that your skills as a as a person, as a woman, a man, what's how yeah why does the world require these skills that you have? Why do you think Krishna, the divine, sent you here at this time? For what purpose? If you don't know the answer, just you can say, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that, and just try and let it come out through writing. If you feel a little blocked, you can again take your oil and see if some more drops of inspiration come. So based on the reason that you feel that you've been sent to this planet Earth at this time, maybe you can write what mission you would like to accomplish, what would fill your heart, and to bring more health, to be an example of balance, of to show people how to be healthy, how to live a balanced life, how to bring God into your daily tasks and integrate him in everything you do. What is this mission you would like to accomplish? Thank you, Satya. See you soon. Once you've written a couple of things about what you would like to accomplish, you can also write down what you would like to experience. So accomplish is perhaps more of an active, what you would like to do, and experience is what you would like to, how you would like to live. Experience nature, experience presence with family, experience learning, connection, what it feels like to help others, to empower them. What do you feel? What do you want to experience? More bliss, more joy, more gratitude. how is this exercise for you? Anyone want to share? For example, for me, it was really things I didn't expect. I didn't expect these answers to come when I joined. I've actually done it a couple of times now, and every time different answers come out, but it's all in the same line, and it was very, very opening for me. Anyone want to share how it is for them? Not, then we'll go to the next exercise. So you can grab your next oil. So it's vetiver, and if you don't have vetiver, anything, it's just imagine the sensation the oil gives you. It's like this anchoring, so something that. So now we tuned up, and we're gonna try and find something, an oil that makes you feel grounded and brings your roots into the ground. So it could be vetiver, it can be lavender. Let's see what else could make you feel grounded. Even herbs, like rosemary or no, let's see, something common that everyone has. Yeah, I'd say like lavender and even frankincense.
On guard.
On guard, thank you. Yes. There's even deep blue, something that brings you down. Okay. So all of this, inspiration we got now of who we are and bringing it into our soul. Myrrh is actually a really good one also for bringing things down into the earth, but I know that's not a common one. Okay, so now we're gonna a little bit write down our identity and get into what our strengths are. So just you can write it down. So for example, environment is a bit like your body. You can where your soul is in. So you can be like, oh, I find it's a good advantage of being a woman or being a man or being either very healthy, or even if you're in your environment, your body, you're struggling with sicknesses, you say, oh, I'm someone who overcame sicknesses and hardship, and that's something, it's part of me and makes me able to be more of service, and it's part of my mission, the fact that I've overcome difficulties. So just imagine, you can write down first just a couple of sentences of what how you identify with your body and how it's like a strength to you, who you like on a more physical level, and then we'll move on to the more spiritual level. So just so it doesn't have to be necessarily positive things. Even negative things can be a strength that you can contribute, and something that's part of your identity, that will give you, like being a mother or being yeah. Okay, then the next one is, what are the behaviors or actions that you do? Like, if you notice that, what is your like default setting? That's who you are. Like if you're very naturally very social, or naturally you're introvert and you like to learn a lot, or naturally you like to experiment and try new things. What's your natural way of behaving? Do you always want to teach? What's your natural, yeah, default setting? The third one is your capacity. So what are something that you're like, oh, I know that I'm really good at this? That it's just in general, it's not like a specific action you do, but it's more subtle. It's more like, oh, I'm very resourceful. If something, there's a struggle, I'll always figure out a way. If someone comes to me, I will find a way to help them, because I very much, I'm very good at hearing what other people need. So what else for capacity? I have so much energy, or I'm very good at structuring my time, or making information clear and beauty visual. Is that not? Then the next one is what's your values and your truth, that it's like for you this is always true. So that can be for me, for example, it's I believe everyone has the potential to be perfect and is exactly who they need to be for what they need to accomplish. So for me that's true in everyone. However, outwardly their behavior might be not that. I know that deep down it's impossible that they're not they don't have some purpose to fulfill. Or what's true for you that that oils will support you, that will heal you. You're so true. And then what's your unique identity? Some examples of this is I'm someone who sees the best in people. That's my identity. That's true in any circumstance when it comes to family or others. You have faith. If someone who has faith. Maybe perhaps someone's a healer, perhaps someone is a leader of people, you're inspiring people. What's your unique identity? And then based on the questions we asked before, I hope your soul mission came out, that why are you in this body? What was it? What are you here to do? And that's not, so in a more spiritual, like it doesn't matter what you would be doing, if you're reading doTERRA or some other business, that's your mission doesn't change. It doesn't matter what way you accomplish it, it's just that's what you're here to do. And even in your family, and then finally, as a soul, what's your original position? So if you are a devotee and you of Krishna, and you believe the original position is to be with him and to be of service to him. So, or if you believe your original position is a soul as part of the universe, and so whatever you feel like your highest position is. Let's say if it is in Krishna consciousness, it can be, would you feel like a gopi, a gopa, a queen in Dwarka, whichever, would you feel like your role is to pleasing the divine? Okay. Okay, so I hope this brings you a little bit into your identity, and I really find it from someone else did this exercise to me, these parts of it, and I combined it to this, and it's really transformed things for me to remember that it's not just this one life. We have many lives that we've come before we come here. Okay, so let's see, we have just a little bit more time, so let's see if we can go a little quickly through these. So does anyone feel like sharing maybe a little bit to say what, let's do it like out loud. How do you feel that, what does your business give you? Let's focus on the doTERRA business. Like what, I'm going to go quickly first. Physically, it gives me oils and health. It gives me, maybe someone else can do another one. Emotionally, how does the doTERRA business, what does it give you? Mangala, if you want to start.
Yeah, I'm gonna run soon, but
That's right.
Yeah, sorry. So can you repeat the questions just for me to understand?
So emotionally, what does the doTERRA business give you emotionally?
Definitely connection. First of all, fulfillment, to be able to include my, gifts, whatever I've received, to be able to pass on and share with others. And so it's kind of deep fulfillment and creativity. So that's kind of this being inquisitive, what else will come. So yeah, definitely very fulfilling in that way. But also, yeah, dealing with fear, overcoming, obstacles, constantly growing. So that's always very challenging, but necessary, of course, for growth.
Thank you. See you later. You have to run later.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anyone else would like to share what anything maybe that doTERRA gives you intellectually that you feel like? Thank you, Pushpa Sarah. Maybe Malati, do you feel that it's something it gives you, the doTERRA business intellectually?
Knowing more about the oils, I have experienced also, of course, already that the oils are very good, very powerful. So they are really a partner in strengthening the character of people, but not only character, your whole life. But intellectually, for me, doTERRA is more like knowing more about people, knowing more about oils and how to connect them.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was thinking I could see you very much as someone who likes to, with your mind, dig into something and figure it out and create systems and understand them. So that is probably something really fun to use your mind capacity on. I don't know, Sham, if you want to say something about, do you feel that the doTERRA business gives you spiritually something?
Yes, I hope you can hear me because my internet is struggling. But spiritually, I think it's quite like a support, definitely, because when we offer these oils and use them in deity worship, and then use it for ourselves, it feels already like Maha, so it's already kind of like it helps you a lot. Frankincense and balance really help me to, when I read or do my japa, to kind of ground myself. So it kind of helps you to do the sadhana a bit better, more focused. So yeah, definitely support.
Thank you. Rohit, do you have anything you would like to add in any of the categories that you feel that this doTERRA business adds to your life?
In the spiritual space, what I think is to have faith in Krishna and to have faith in yourself that you are on the right path.
Mhm. I feel that as well, that when I feel lost, either emotionally, mentally, that it reconnects, and that always brings me back to the soul, and you're like, okay, just the Satchitananda, right? Okay, so let's see, we have only 15 minutes, so maybe this one you can continue at home, or you can also think what your business gives to others. And usually what I notice, it's the same as what it gives to you. It'll also give you, through the medium of you will give to others. So these are similar to what we've done just before. So you can, if you've written them down a little bit, what they give to you physically, emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, then that's what you're gonna be able to give to others through this business as well. So I just want to remind you, we've done this in another session before. I've shared this, what are our resources in doTERRA that because sometimes it feels like a lot, right? Now this business is here is part of our mission, the things that we want to accomplish in the world. This is one of the mediums we use to accomplish this soul mission. And I'd just like to remind you that doTERRA has a lot of resources. So we have our, what they call the upline, so the sponsors, other leaders in and not in your line, that these mentors that give you this support. We have the support of the products. So that's the product line I call. It's the earth, the plants, the founders, the growers, the distillers. So we have support from them. So that, because I know that sometimes we feel very alone in our business, and that's, it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. But there's already all these resources put in place that we can use. We have what we call, let's see, the downline. Yes, so that's the people that we've brought into doTERRA. that become our co-creators. It's not just the people that we need to support or that need to support us. It's you team up with them, and this creates strength. And I know Malati, you also do that. You work in team with Satya, and I know we work in team with different people to try and bring that energy. So we must remember that we have these resources. And Crossline, that's, for example, with Janava, right? And what we're doing here, that we have different people coming together and inspiring us. And that's anyone you even meet on Instagram that talks about doTERRA is your Crossline. So not to look at them as your competition, but to look at them as your partners who you can do collaborations with. I've met someone else who does doTERRA and wants to come into contact and see if we can't share resources to strengthen ourselves. So really to see that as another resource. So here, yes, the purpose of them we talked about also. So is to support us, to do collaborations, give us an energy, inspire us, to educate, and the product line always needs to give us the best quality products. So, oh, too fast. So another small meditation, just imagine your doTERRA business now as a tree that is growing on its own. Imagine that you've created the environment for your tree, placed it in the right place where the sun can shine, where it's naturally watered, where the climate is ideal for it to start growing on its own. Imagine there are other trees growing alongside it, and their leaves, their fruits, their roots are strengthening your tree. So these are your other doTERRA businesses all around. We're sharing the nourishment, we're protecting each other from strong winds with our branches, keeping each other strong. So, and your tree can grow. All you do is you come once in a while, you prune it, you remove a dead branch here or there, you clean it up, but it will keep growing on its own, and you'll see some branches are stronger, some are less, and you just keep adding. All this one needs a little bit more support, but you come as a visitor, and your business is growing on its own. So we're going to try now. We're going to ask a few questions to help you to see what your doTERRA tree needs. How can you serve it without? It's not I'm my business, and if I'm sleeping, nothing is happening. No, it's your tree is growing, and you're coming. And what does it need? Extra water? What kind of support does it need so that it can grow on its own? Now, do you need to put a sprinkler system in? So this is so teamwork and delegation. Let's start with teamwork. So are there things, and this maybe we can say turn on your mics, and I'm just gonna close this. Close my mouse. This way. If you can turn off your mics, and we can maybe share quickly just a few words. So client support. What are things we can put in place that education can happen without our direct energy that's happening automatically? Anyone has something to add to you thinking of?
Online trainings, recordings from previous trainings where people can access in their own time.
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp groups like this, but then maybe not just for builders, but for all clients, where they get updates on the promo items and other things that are useful for them.
Yeah. So even maybe a structure, something that I was thinking, client support, that they know what their product of the month is, they know what the special, the cheaper products or the promos are and things like that. That it's something automatic that we know. Okay, this and this date we send, and we don't have to think about, and it's already helping. Yeah. Online training, even on Instagram, on social media, just sharing these things is kind of a passive way that it's going on without you spend, let's say, 10 minutes sending it, and then it goes on. Do you have any idea for team growth? How can you help members to recruit others, and that you're not the only one enrolling? I was thinking calls like this, when we gather together and we feel like, oh, we're not alone, and we're inspiring each other. Oh, we can do this. Why are we doing this? It's not just to earn money. It's part of our soul mission.
have online sanghas, but also in person to make it maybe a little bit less of like pushing each other to enroll, but just to hear each other,
Mhm.
just to struggles. But like you said, the online ones as well.
Just that it becomes easier, that it doesn't sometimes, when I feel like when we feel alone, then it feels like a lot of energy, but when we have these connections and we share, then it feels easier. It's just like, oh yeah, I just want to talk about it because I had such a good time, and versus like, oh, because I want to enroll people, but just like I had such a good time in my doTERRA and I would love to this person to join that and to have a good time with them as well. I was thinking, Malati, like your sessions that you do with Satya also, that's helping team growth, that you're going out together to do workshops.
Yeah, and I see that Satya's enthusiasm is easier catching on with the local people. She found her role in it, and so she has success, and she gets also inspiration, also more ideas from it. So that is much better than that. I would say something to her how to do it, and so on. So it goes very organically, very, very naturally. For myself, I feel that I need those partnerships. That is my way of feeling how I do my business, because the way Satya is connecting with other people, explaining about the oils and this and that, it doesn't feel that it is my thing.
Mhm.
But how she does it, how I connect with her, and then she connects with others, that is what I feel very natural, very pleasing, and also very nice, because then I can feel stronger, give her confidence, and then she can do it, and in that way I help her. But still I feel that maybe I should do more, and then I become a bit unsatisfied with myself. But yeah, that is that is how the mind goes.
This is your strength. I mean, I hope that came out, and I mean, this is something I sense for you, that your strength is in empowering others, helping, and to understand and to have that information and bringing it, and then supporting your team with that information that you collect. So, and this is why I really wanted to focus this time first connecting with ourselves and knowing what our strengths are, then knowing how we bring it to the team so that we can do it all together, and that we don't have to feel bad on ourselves when there's things that we're not as good at, because we connected with what we know we are good at. And then as a team, everyone, Instagram is not my strength. Sham, her strength is Instagram. So we have, I think when we have more of these sanghas and these gatherings, we'll be able to find our place in this team versus, and yes, doTERRA is an individual business, so everyone can do it on our own, and we don't have to, I don't want to put any pressure, but just to, that we have more support, like this synergy. The same like with the sales process, there's classes that I want to create now that are automatized, that we don't have to, for example, I'm going to make every week an essential oil that is for that week, and so that will be an optimization that if people want to join, they're like, oh, I want these oils, and it will go on its own, and anyone from the team can join like a membership and get those oils, and so it will automatize the sales. So marketing, I was thinking the same. If we can sometime have a more task-oriented one, where say everyone, oh, I would love to do this part of it, and I would love to do that part, and like we have, I think Annette was talking about that. She was saying, oh, like we have an Instagram where we all share together and we plug everyone in. Then we can pool our strengths so that we don't have to feel like we're doing it all alone. Let's see, what else do we have? There's another reflective exercise. So I'll share with you the presentation so that you can take a little more time to ask these questions. But this was supposed to be an interactive exercise where we group in twos. One, you feel like you're your business, and the other person asks me, is like, oh, what do you need to feel safe? What do you need to feel strong? What do you need to feel attractive? All of these questions. And then you see what your business answers. And the interesting thing is that it's not from your mind. Sometimes you can even do it the other way around. The other person is your business and they don't really know, but they kind of channel the right answers for you. But I think we need a little bit more time to do this. But it's something you can definitely try at home. Just imagine your business in front of you. Say, oh, like, what will make you feel this? What will make you feel that? And then you see if you can give it to your business. So these, yeah. So for example, the ones I came up with was for stability, to resources to plug clients into. So what Sean was saying about these online classes, if we have something very quick, because now I notice I enroll someone and I'm busy with other things, and they're like, oh, what do I do now? And I'm like, oh, I'm busy with creating all these other things. So then have something we can plug them into. And so I'm working on that structure that they can go in this flow on the website, and I don't have to, however much I love to connect with people, sometimes you're in a different space that you're not able to support them fully. Let's see what else. Visibility as a team. So I think that was the Instagram we mentioned, that Annette was saying maybe we could find a way to pull all of our posts in one place so that we have that visibility and being attractive. I was thinking also success stories would be just a beautiful way that once in a while, once a month, each person, or once a week, each person says something that either a success story of their oil or of in business, that they're like, wow, this month I didn't do so much, but my team member enrolled this people and I got this back for it, and just sharing the success stories and keep uplifting each other. Oh, yes. So this is not excellent, but I guess we're going to save it for the next call. What I really would like is that we have, I think you all need a little time still to craft your mission statement, so what your offering is. So if we can do that from home, we're going to take some time to, what's our purpose? What's the role? What role does my business play in supporting that purpose? So for me, I feel my purpose, which I was surprised at when I wrote that and journaling, that it's to show people how they can live a balanced life, versus I used to think that it was to help people, like physically, I'm going to coach them, I'm going to help them to have a more balanced life, when I realized it's actually just by living a balanced life, I show them the possibilities and then inspire them and give them resources to do the same. It was much more passive than an active way. And so my business does that. Is the more success I have in my business, the more I inspire other people to do the same, versus me telling them, this is what you should do to get success. It was more like, no, you just do your thing, you live your life, and people will be inspired, and then that's where you're helping them. So so that's a value you can offer to clients, is that they also have more independence, they have more free time, and the emotional experience what emotions experience or transformation do you want to inspire? So that's, I kind of covered that a bit. And once we've done that, what would be really nice is that we make it into this little paragraph, and basically I want to put it on my website as a team. So we made this team tree, and I would like to put that everyone is there. And so since everyone has their own unique strengths, when you say, look, do you want to join this team as a business builder? And then you send them to that page, and you'd be like, oh, you see, these are all the people. Wow, I'd love to be part of that team. So that you don't, again, when you're asking people to join as a builder, or they can see already, okay, these people do that, this person does that, where can I plug in? And I would love to work with these people. So that was the end goal of this this workshop, and I hope that inspires you to make that, and that you can. I know, Rohit, you're in a team with Janava and Aurora, I believe. So perhaps that's something you can put together as well.
Sure.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, so this is where the black spruce or air can come in, where this is, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and it's a lot, then you can bring something energy. So leafy plants, they give you this like stability, like, okay, I'm a tree, I'm grounded, but at the same time I'm inspired and I'm ready to move and get into action. So you can choose one of these oil things to put yourself in. And let's close with an affirmation. Spruce. So just since we've grounded ourselves with the other oils, imagine your energy traveling. So taking that nutrition from out of the ground, the resources of the earth, bringing it up in your branches, into your leaves, and you kind of feel the excitement as they buzz into your leaves, taking in the light. And telling yourself, I'm committed to my purpose. I release the pressure to figure it out, and I go with the flow. My business culture contributes to my well-being and to that of others. By teaming up, I create space for opportunities I cannot see. My business is an extension of my service to the world. And I invite the universe or Krishna to play with me in 2025. So I'm committed to my purpose. I'm going to say it once more. I release all the pressure to figure it out, and I go with the flow. I allow Krishna to carry me, to support me in my service. By teaming up, I create space for opportunities that I cannot see. I create momentum and energy, collaboration. My business is an extension of my service, and I invite the universe to play and to collaborate with me in 2025. I want to thank you for taking this time in the morning, the beginning of the year, to reconnect with yourself, and I hope it was an inspiring experience and opening for more connection as a team so that we can grow and support each other in this next year. Thank you. Any questions or anything someone wants to share?
Thank you very much, Anayora. This was very helpful.
Enjoy your weekend and look forward to our next meeting. I believe it's Vishaka and then Shan. The next session. And from now on, they will be on Friday in the morning at the same time, 10:30. Okay. Thank you. See you all soon. Yes, Rohit, you had a question?